So yes, here your answer. Arya Samaj was founded by whom? Was it founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Ramakrishna Paramhansa, or Swami Vivekananda? So here you need to understand that Raja Ram Mohan Roy was associated with Brahmo Samaj, right? Raja Ram Mohan Roy was associated with Brahmo Samaj. All right. Swami Dayanand Saraswati was associated with Arya Samaj, right? Swami Ramakrishna Paramhansa, he was associated with your Ramakrishna mission, your Chinmaya mission, right? And Swami Vivekanand. So here you see Swami Vivekanand was a disciple of Swami Ramakrishna mission only. So he was the one who started this Ramakrishna mission. All right, great. Yes. So who are the beneficiaries of the CBSE Udan scheme? You might have all heard of the CBSE Udan scheme. So what is the CBSE Udan scheme is about? Why was it introduced? See, so you have in options over here, they have asked you that whether it is your, it is regarding your, that all students who score above 90% marks in class 10, or is it about NRI students that are studying in CBSE affiliated school, or is it about girl students, those who are residing in India and enrolled in the subject of physics, chemistry, or mathematics in your 11th and 12th, or your girl student that are residing in India and are enrolled in any subject, be it 12th or be it 11th or 12th. All right, 25 seconds have gone. So here your answer is the third one. Basically, the CBSE Udan scheme. So this is, of course, this Udan scheme is given by Central Board of Secondary Education, which is a CBSE, right? And CBSE comes under your what? MHRD, right? Ministry of Human Resource and Development, right? So basically, this scheme is only, they ask you that it's for all the students or all students, those who are securing 90% above and such things, if they ask you in examination, do not mark this that they are for all students. They are just only for girls. They are just only for girls and those who also are from studying in 12th or 11th, right? Only girl students. And thereafter, why was this Udan scheme launched? Basically to introduce, or of course to see, there are lesser girls those who enroll into. There is very, if we see the proportion, so the proportion is very unequal. If you see the number of girls that are enrolled into STEM courses, what are your STEM courses? It's your science, right? It's your engineering or your technical field, right? So basically, this Udan scheme is basically associated with your girl child, and they should girl students, and that too for 11th and 12th, and that also for particular courses such as your technical courses, right? I hope it is quite clear to you. All right. And there is also just one thing about this particular scheme is also that the girl would get also financial assistance of 75,000 rupees as well. So if they ask you in an examination, of course, you can put that as well. Yes. So which one of the following is a plagiarism detecting software? So here, student, those who see, you are getting into MSW, right? So here in MSW, it's a post-graduation course. So in your post-graduation course, of course, you'll be writing, one day you'll be writing your thesis as well. One day you'll be defending your thesis as well, dissertation. So here, your thesis, your dissertation, right? Or you'll be writing research paper, conference paper, seminar, you'll be going for seminars and all those stuff, and articles as well. So here, what is plagiarism basically? Plagiarism is when basically it's not an ethical thing. Plagiarism is. So here you see that plagiarism is, for example, there was something available in the public domain, that is, it was available in the Google or anywhere. There was an article written, right? You just copy pasted it, and you, without giving proper citation or without giving due credits to that person, whosoever, who was the authority, who had an authority, or who wrote that paper, or who owned that piece of work, without giving credit to that person, you just copy pasted in your work. For example, I ask you as a teacher, as I ask you, write an essay on manual scavenging, or write an essay on the current health scenario of India. So what you do is you just Google it, you just copy and paste it from somebody, some good person have written that, right? In academia, somebody had written a paper. So you just copy paste it and put it in your work, right? And you get the marks for that. So that is plagiarism. Basically, you just copy pasted it, and the other person's work, who owned that work, you just did not even cite them. Citation is what? Basically giving credit to that person, or just telling in your work, or just giving reference of that person, that this line or this work or this conclusion of whatever it is written by somebody else, and I'm citing their name, that that this is given by Himani Singh, or this is given by some XYZ person, whatever it is, right? So this is what your plagiarism is, when you do not cite the other person. So plagiarism lacks your, when you do not cite the other person, you're not even citing them, you're just simply copy pasting those things, right, without giving due credits to those who actually own it, right? So these are called your plagiarism. So here there are softwares also, because in the academia these things are used, software also which can detect your plagiarism if this works contain plagiarism here, right? So here, Mendeley, EndNote, Urkund, or Zotero. So here, the famous one which is used in universities and all everywhere, it is your Urkund, right? Once you get into this MSW course, you will see that many a times your professor use this. Once you submit your dissertation, or once you submit your research papers, because this is your software which detect plagiarism, and the permissible limit of plagiarism is your 10% over here in universities. And also at the same time, there is one thing about it, that plagiarism is in itself, it's a thing of ethical concern. It has ethical concern, because it is against the research ethics, because somebody has done some work, put all of their hard work, patience, and all that thing into it, and without citing them, without giving them due credits, or without even referencing or the other person a chance to acknowledge their work, you're just simply citing them as your work, or simply showing them as your work just by simply copy pasting it, right? So that is also an ethical woe. It's an ethical fault, right? That is also an ethical issue, basically, I should say, right? All right. What is direct energy, solar energy used for? It is used for drying, distillation, water heating, or all of the above. See, we have seen that our direct solar energy is used for drying as well. It is used for distillation as well. And it is used for water heating as well. You must have conducted some experiments in your around your senior secondary, that bowl experiment where sunlight is this direct sunlight is it's trapped, right? And the direct solar energy is used for water heating and all that. So that is how direct solar energy is used. Quite a common question. How many sustainable development goals are there? We have already discussed this. How many sustainable development goals are there? How many indicators are there? So here, as per these choices are 15, 16, 17, or 18. So here in total, how many SDGs are there? There are in total 17 SDGs. What are SDGs? Sustainable Development Goals. So these are the goals that any country should keep in mind while they are developing also, right? And they span across gender equality, climate change, well-being, right? Nutrition, sanitation, health, education, and things that are required for development, a country's development. So there are 17 SDGs. All right, we are moving further. What is the unauthorized copying and distribution of software is known as? See, they do ask such question related to your, of course, your piracy, plagiarism, and all these things. So these things they do ask, that what is malware, right? What is Trojan horse? They do ask such question. So please be prepared. So here they have given the option: is it cracking? Is it software literacy? Third is your software piracy, or is it hacking? So it is your software piracy, because piracy is one when there is this unauthorized copying and distribution of software, right? All right. There is another thing which is cracking. So basically, your cracking is your when there is a yes. What we call cracking is when, see, there is somebody there is copy protection measures regarding some of your software, okay? Or so what the other person does is, they circumvent your data or software that you have bought, and they share their username and all those passwords. See, this cracking and all these things, they happen with your Netflix passwords and all that, right? What they do is they take your username and there is one property which is called as the EcoCare property. So EcoCare property is the one when you enter your password, so it turns it into asterisk, right? So what cracking is basically they circumvent into end users uh, this system, right? And they what does this the all those subscription and all those things that you have bought, so they sell it in the black market, right? So this is what these people do. So basically this cracking, I hope you understood that it refers to your circumventing of your for example your copy protection measure, or your, for example, your registration code or your serial number, right? So basically what they do is they sell it in the black market in order to make this program available free or for sale in the black market. This is what your cracking is about, right? I hope it is clear to you, right? Software literacy, of course, cannot be an answer, right? All right. So here, which one of the following is not an environmental movement? CHIPCO it is. Narmada Bachao Andolan, it is. Pani Panchayat or Bhudan. Students would confuse between these two only. So it is your Pani Panchayat. Right, so this we have already discussed. If you go through our environment classes, so you will see CHIPCO movement is of course an environmental movement. Narmada Bachao Andolan is one of your movements. Pani Panchayat and Bhudan. So here you see Bhudan was the one. We have already discussed this, that it was led by Vinoda Bhave, right? This is one of the most revolutionary movement where however, it was not much of a success because basically what this movement entailed is that the wealthy landowners and all those people, they should give up all their land for the poor or the unprivileged, right? So the Bhudan movement is about that. So that is of course not that. It's a land reform movement basically. So here it is not an environment movement, right? They can also, of course, ask you such questions in the form of match the following as well. So kindly, Bhudan is of course not on the list of environmental movements. Who is the founder of Brahmo Samaj? Yes, we have already discussed this. So here, Dayanand Saraswati is associated with your Arya Samaj. So your answer is your Rajaram Mohan Roy. Because Vivekananda is associated with your Ramakrishna movement, right? All right, great. Lok Adalat, what is it related to? Discussed already. Out of court settlement, decreasing the load of cases in for the court for speedy justice, summary trial, or people deciding about their own problems. Of course, people deciding about their own problems, no. Summary trial, no. Out of court settlement, no. So basically, Lok Adalat is associated with decreasing the load of cases from the court for speedy justice. All right. Basic answer. Punjab is the first one who introduced this concept of Lok Adalat. Probation services entail. You know the meaning of probation first. So of course, probation, you must have heard that this person is out on probation. So what it is basically, when a person had shown good behavior while, of course, after being coming in like after being being accused of a crime or something, right? When they get jailed, right? So here probation is when they exhibit a good conduct, right? Or they exhibit good behavior while while serving their time in jail, right? So here probation services, what it entail basically, here the person post probation, they do not end up in jail. Basically in the case of incarceration and all those things. So here they what they do is either it is what it is the option that have been given to you: leniency in correctional services, institution services, community-based treatment of offenders, or letting go of the offenders. So you're, of course, letting go of the offenders is not the case. But yes, it is that there is leniency in the correctional services, right? All right. Because of their good behavior, that they have exhibited good behavior while they were serving their time in the jail, right? So this is your parole, or what is your bail? What is the difference between that? So here you see that parole is basically, it's your, of course, on the basis of your good behavior and everything. So of course, for your trial, so before your trial, you are given a leniency over there, right? That is, it's basically, it's a conditional release that you are that you are given before your proper trial, your ultimate trial is done, and also at the same time it is your that so condition of security is also given, right? And that you are out on conditions because of your good behavior. You are given this opportunity to get out for some time. That is your probation for your parole for a week or 2 weeks, right? Such a thing. I hope it is clear to you.